is Michelle and I've been living in Mauritius for 6 years. I'm married to Brian, who is Mauritian, and together we run a cafe in Port Louis. I would just like to share with you a testimony of how God goes ahead of us and how He plans, prepares and provides for us. Earlier this year, I started working part-time in my profession as an optometrist. I needed to register for NPF, but it was proving to be a bit of a complicated process. After a lot of back and forth, I found out that I have to go to Port Louis myself in search of a national identity number for myself. But I also had a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old baby at home with me at the time. My employer was great and she said it wasn't urgent and it could wait for when my son returned back to school, which was planned for the middle of March. But towards the end of February, the accountant started getting a little bit pushy and he started asking me quite regularly for this number. On one Monday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, I received a message telling me, Michelle, the accountant really needs this number, it's urgent, he has a deadline for today and it has to be in by 12 o'clock. We packed up the kids and went to Port Louis. When I was finally seen to, I got told that my husband was supposed to be with me so that they could reissue a card for me, but I kind of saw them looking amongst themselves and I guess they took pity on me standing there rocking this baby in the carrier, and they agreed that they would write the number down for me and I could come at a later time with Brian to do all the other formalities. But unfortunately, by the time I got the number, it was way past the deadline, it was 2 o'clock. So I sent it in and was more or less just relieved to have that done. A week later, my son returned to school, and just a couple of days after that, Mauritius went into lockdown. During the lockdown, the cafe was fortunate enough to receive assistance from the National Wages Scheme, and we were so very grateful to receive the provision of that money so that we could pay our staff. That was something that was really important to us. However, we ourselves did not take any income during that time, so we literally didn't have a cent come into our home during that period. And because we were late getting my NPF registered, we didn't expect any money to be allocated to me for the National Wages Assistance Scheme. So I was very surprised to receive a message from my employer saying, Michelle, I have good news for you. We were able to register you and we were able to apply for the Wages Assistance Scheme for you, and we have a salary for you. And immediately, images of that day in Port Louis flooded my mind, and I knew in that instant, without a shadow of a doubt, that that was God's handiwork. If that accountant had not pushed me, I would never have been registered in time to be able to receive the assistance during the period of the lockdown. What seemed to be such a huge inconvenience to me was really just God planning ahead and preparing a way for us to have provision during this time. We are still on that faith journey, trusting that God is going to restore what has been lost and trusting that He's going to continue providing for us as He clearly has been as we face this new season coming out of confinement. But what I really felt God was saying to me at the time was, hear my children, taste my faithfulness and see that it is good. I have gone ahead of you and I have made a way for you. Everything is going to be okay. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8, it tells us, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will never fail you, nor abandon you. So I hope today that if you are in a time of uncertainty, that you will be encouraged and that you will be reminded that even when it is not obvious, God has already gone ahead of you. He has made a way for you and He is with you.